laying it up. You keep it laying it up. Yeah.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Shane Davis.
And I am Brandon Fountain.
And we
are the Controlled Burn.
That's right.
Come
That's
on.
right. What's up, my guy? How's it going?
Man, I'm just elated.
Elated?
Mm-hmm.
Elaborate. We're going to use a bunch of E words in a row.
Come on. That's extraordinary.
Echo, echo.
No, man, it's been a busy week. Busy as hell, actually.
Dude, today's been a little bit electric.
It has been.
Hey!
All week, dude. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All 3 days we've been slammed.
No.
I mean, you've been at it. Today was supposed to be a short day for me. I was supposed to, be gone for like maybe 3 hours tops, get back with plenty of time in the day to do activities and then, shoot some videos and come do the podcast. And I rolled in 6 minutes before I needed to be here.
You made it on time.
I did.
I was worried.
Had to do some very illegal driving to make that happen, allegedly.
So,
Officer.
OMA has rang in the new year. They are after it right now.
Yes, they are.
I know, everybody's gotten these emails, right? So,
Everybody except for Matthew.
Everybody except for the owner of OKCTL.
He's so mad right now.
I was
like, why the hell am I getting these emails?
I forwarded it to him. I got you. No, so if you check your emails, we've got Happy Filling Grow. They got shut down last week.
Yep.
And then as of today, Big Chief Dispensary and Red Ox have been shut down.
I've heard of Big Chief, I think. I don't think I've heard of Red Ox.
So I haven't heard of Red Ox. Their deal was like waste disposal issues and then storage issues.
You've seen quite a few. I don't know about people shutting down, but I've seen a lot of violations over waste and like storage.
Well, dude, I'd be kind of curious to see because one of the waste companies, and I'm not going to name them just in case. I don't want to put them on any kind of radar,
sure.
but one of them's been around since day one.
Yeah.
And they're still around, and they're active. Like, just about everybody I know uses them. But one thing that kind of highlighted me to think this way was Mile High Transport. They're going through an issue right now that it's a big pain in the ass. We'll touch on that here in a little bit, but my point to bring them up right now was he came out and said that he's never had an inspection since he's been operating.
That's wild.
Right. And so I'm like, man, I bet you the waste companies probably are in the same boat as that. Like, because when you're, a grow, a processor, dispensary, or a lab, you are all day long, very important parts of actually getting the medicine to the patient.
Well, so think about it like this. He is a transport company that doesn't warehouse. So most of his inspection can be done remote. Like they don't really need to, if he doesn't have, if he doesn't store anything on site, there's not a real crazy need to inspect. Right? I mean, I guess there is, but there isn't.
Yeah,
so
it would be more.
I bet the people with storage, I bet that wouldn't be as, I don't know.
Well,
If waste companies haven't been inspected like this whole time and they're just now starting, that's wild.
No, it's crazy.
Because you and I both know that there is some real at least maybe not now, but there has been some very sketchy things happen within waste.
Well, I know one of the companies would essentially turn the waste into like a fermented tea.
Yeah, but I want you to know, I heard that. And then I had multiple people
I was
confirm
told it by the owner.
I was thinking it was a tea you drink, but it's a tea that feeds a garden. It's not like a drinking tea. It's like a compost tea.
That's not ever how I would present a tea.
I would just I would just said a ash juice mixture that we pour onto compost. Make it like compost. That's what I would said. Liquid compost.
The way it was like explained to me was he sells this product like everywhere, like all over the country.
Yeah.
And
it's just not for drinking.
It's just not for drinking. Yeah.
Did you think it? Be honest. Did you think it was for drinking too?
Absolutely.
That's what I thought.
I thought it was some Rastafarian.
I was like, bro, that can't be legal. And then, yeah.
Well,
because there's no way he could have turned that into something that got you high. That's that would have for sure been illegal.
Well, and that's kind of I'm like, dude, hold on, like, because I'm trying to make it make sense, and I'm not trying to blow anybody's spot up, but I had all these conversations like pre-metric. Like, I haven't talked to the guy in ages, but I know he's still around. But I'm kind of like, that's genius, because we are paying you to take this from us.
You were literally getting paid for your ingredients.
Right.
It's like the best business model ever.
And on top of that, like, if depending on what you're doing with it, like, let's say, I don't know, I mean, if you're shipping to here, and here, if they were to take a sample of your ass juice and it tested positive for whatever, then you're walking a weird line. But if they never inspect you, and even if they were going to inspect you, there's a massive area of unknown, to where they're never, like, we've never heard of an inspection of them walking in and being like, I'm going to take this and go get it tested somewhere. Like, it hasn't happened yet, right? So,
bro, why don't we buy some of that tea and test it?
I would love to, honestly.
I'm so curious. Like, I was saying, I wouldn't, like, I wouldn't snitch on him. I'm just curious.
That we're definitely we're walking the golden snitch path
for sure
by pursuing this. It's
only for my brain, though. That's all. I need closure.
Well, I want it to make sense. Like, I mean, he's like doing a garden, but like the tomatoes are coming out pre-infused.
Bro,
fuck around.
Fuck around. Let me find out. That brings a whole new meaning to, like, like infused meals, Well, have you seen those, by the way? No. They do these, like, I don't think they do them here. Surely not, because Oklahoma's, Anyway, but in, like, other states, they have, like, these. It's more like an experience, like you get a few people together and you all go in on it and do it, but, like, you go sit down and get, like, a gourmet, like, 5-course meal cooked for you, but everything's infused. Yeah,
I bet.
It looks pretty cool. Like, here's the thing. I couldn't do it because I can't eat edibles. But, if I were somebody that could, stomach high amounts of THC edible, I'd be down.
Well, I would imagine.
I do like to eat.
The last 30 minutes of those meals are probably hilarious.
Pretty uncomfortable. Man, you know what's funny is when I had, so my buddy James, well, obviously won't say last names here or what companies they're with, but
right.
James was in the car business for.
I thought you were going to say he sells ass juice, but I would have believed it. But
James was in the car business, and then he transitioned to cannabis like immediately. As soon as it went live, he went live.
No, we knew about like carts and vapes and concentrates well before this ever happened because of him. He would show up randomly with
all kinds of shit.
Right.
Well, same thing. He brought this high-ass milligram edible back called Doob Cube. I'll never forget it. And it was, like, have you ever, Punch, their chocolates, they're square?
Yeah.
So it's like, it was almost like that, but a little bit smaller, and it was like a single wrapper gummy.
Right, single serve.
But it was like a high dose. Like, I want to say they had like 800 and 1200 and 2000. Like, here's the thing. I could never, ever.
No, I'd be high for 3 days.
But he cut me off a little sliver of one. Like, seriously. I mean, like, not very much. And me, knowing that I have a low tolerance, I was like, oh, thank you. And I ate some of it. I didn't eat that much. I guess I ate probably a little bit more than half. But I was like, last bit of it. Because he was like, this is about... And then he gave me what milligram it was, and I was like, hell yeah, which was, my threshold. But I didn't trust him because, he's one of those that, can handle a whole lot. So I was like, I'll just leave a little chunk of that off there. Just, make sure we're under that threshold. And he invited me. He used to always get these cool ass invites, dude. But like, they're the pizza place, Mama, is it Mama Mia's? Anyways, I don't remember. There was a pizza place that opened up downtown.
Annalini's?
No, it's like, what? Joe Mama's. Yes, thank you. But I think it was Joe Mama's Pizza. So they opened up downtown where one of the old restaurants was, kind of like over by.
Is it
good? It was good at the time, yeah. But they did like a soft opening where you came in, everything was free, but it was, like limited menu. You only got to pick from a few things. And then if you wanted anything else, that was like, I don't know, maybe you had to pay for it. I'm not sure. Anywho, he invited me and Samantha to go with him and his wife. And so us being the, hermits, we were like, you want to go? All right, fuck it, let's do it. So we went, and that's where he gave me this edible. and I ate it there. And we made it through really long wait to get our food for whatever reason. I think the food was just starting to come out, and
Starting to get that dry
I
mouth.
start feeling it. I'm like, and I get like real dry. Well, here's the thing, dude. I know me, and I know my body, and I just can't do edibles. And at that time, that was really right about when I was really learning how much I couldn't do edibles, right?
You're right.
And it gets bad, so I'm like, oh, I can feel the anxiety start hitting. And I was like, hey, I'll be right back. I gotta run to the restroom. And I went downstairs, and I was like, plan is I'm going to go pee. I'm going to go splash my face with some water. I'm going to look at myself in the mirror and tell myself not to be a bitch, and I'm going to get back up there. Yeah, huh?
What happens when you have edibles? We don't know.
What do you mean? I get super high. I have anxiety and freak out.
We didn't know that.
Oh, well, if you would have let me finish. Someone's talking to my headset. How rude.
Your conscience telling you to hurry the fuck up.
What if it was just nobody? Like, I was just talking to myself now. I must have had an edible. No. So went down to the bathroom, started splashing my face with water, and it just kept getting more intense. And I'm like, oh God. And I started to walk out of the bathroom, and I was like, you know what? You're going to have to power through it. You're just going to have to go back up there and power through it. And instead of going right to go back upstairs, I took a hard left out to the parking lot and texted Samantha, and I was like, I'm out standing by the car. We have to go. She was like, what? And I'm like, we have to go. Let's go.
So the bitch won.
I literally, the bitch won. the bitch inside of me won, bro. And James called me immediately, and I didn't answer. I was like, I can't talk, bro. And finally, I answered, and I was like, bro, I'm fucked up. I don't want to hear it. Don't judge me. I'm really, really high. I shouldn't have taken that edible. And he was like, dude, I gave you like a tiny amount. And I'm like, and I didn't even eat all of it.
He's probably, it'd have been great if he'd have called you like, I'm freaking out. I'm sitting in my car. Like, I'm in my car too. Like, yes.
No, I think the food wound up coming out, and I think I told Samantha, like, hey, eat your food real quick and then let's go. But I literally had to sit out in the car and just breathe because I was panicking. It is the worst, dude. And I just, to this day, I hate edibles because of that shit. That's happened multiple times.
The last wedding I went to, me and my wife, we go to this wedding, and we got this this chocolate bar. It was, a different kind of edible. Right? It's different. It's like a mushy top. But
yeah, I got you.
We got this chocolate bar, and we split it like on the way to this wedding. And we get there, and I mean, I don't think we were there for 20 minutes.
Is it the kind that you can buy in the store head shops, or one of your buddies gave you?
It was, somebody.
Gotcha.
It was
okay, just curious.
It was really good.
Just curious.
But it was a 4-gram chocolate bar, and so we're like, oh, 2 apiece, perfect.
All day, perfect. Yeah.
Doggy, we went, and this was like a really nice wedding. It was all outside. Everybody, I mean, it was really nice. It was all kinds of great shit. I wish I could have been there. Like, I was there long enough to
say hi
to everybody, give hugs, and then I had a wedding present that I left with the bartender because I did at that point I couldn't talk to anybody that I knew, so I was like, bartender, and I was like, hey dude, I gotta run emergency, 10 kids. I'm gonna give you this, and then I'm gonna let the groom know that he needs to come see you to get his wedding gift. And he's like, okay, and then yeah.
Probably didn't give him a tip either.
No, yeah. And I texted my boy. It was like, oh, dude, child emergency. I'm so sorry, man. I love you, dude. Congrats.
Did you tell him afterwards?
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah,
it took a few weeks, but
fair.
No, he was pissed. But we literally left there, and then made it to a Little Caesars, and sat in the fucking parking lot of Little Caesars for like about an hour and a half, and just
both of you?
Yeah. Literally.
Oh, God.
We lived in the car at Little Caesars until we were okay.
That was your safe space?
Yeah. It was because I was trying to work up, because I had nowhere to go, because if I did go home, then there are children there.
Sure.
So I'm like,
you're out in the world.
There. Yeah, in the world during the day. Dude, here's the thing, bro. We've mushed around a couple times in life.
Oh, yeah.
I can't relate to people. I wish I could, but I know people that will just do mushrooms every day and just go out in the world and seize the day.
Mm-mm.
I never did it during the day, and I'll tell you what, I don't like doing it. Like it's like everywhere you look, Jesus is coming back. Like everything's shiny.
Snow para mí.
No. I like safety of of the known. I don't like the unknown.
Dude. Yeah, dude, no way. No shot. I did.
Hell no.
I did one time. We went to the I went to the casino, And dude, I legitimately tried to gamble, like play blackjack.
Casino would be a
Oh,
problem.
bro, I remember like just the felt top on the table. Like I was just like, man, this feels so good. Like this is just what a cool texture. And I obviously could not stop staring at the lights. And I was just, dude, I mean, I think I lost. I think I put $80 and I'm gonna just play this and then be done. And I think it was gone in seconds. You know what I mean? And I had people there that weren't, that I knew. And yeah, they were just like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, finally, I just told them. I was like, well, I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
No, it
was a night.
Well,
yeah,
and what's weird about it, allegedly, all these things are alleged things, right? But
always, yeah. These are fictional stories.
We allegedly got to find out how not stoned you can get doing those. Like, I remember there was we won't go into the whole story because it's a bit of a story, but I remember we were rolling blunt after blunt. And I mean, to the point where we're like, this ain't weed. This is, we got
yes.
We got ripped off. They didn't sell us weed. They sold us grass, and like actual grass, not the good kind. And we're so annoyed. And this was long before this was.
This is at Benny's house, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Rest
Okay.
in peace, my guy.
Rest in peace, Benny.
Yeah. We were dropping everything all over the ground. Like, and this is hard when it was much harder to get it when we did this. And I mean, convinced. And then we're like, oh,
someone that wasn't.
Well, and they're like, you can't get high on mushrooms. Like, it doesn't work that way. We're like, what? And it's like, yeah. No, you're on them. You're on. Yeah.
That was the first time for me, I think.
I
think that was my first time.
I think it might have been my second or third.
Because I took so long. It was like 45 minutes to an hour went by, and I was like, man, this is some bullshit. And I went into the bathroom because I had to have a little dooski. And well, it was, it was when he lived at his grandma's house.
Yeah.
And so in that bathroom, there was this white wallpaper with blue lines and blue flowers. And that was the pattern.
Right.
And I remember just like sitting on the toilet having a poo. And I'm just not kind of like, it was back before, I don't know, maybe we had cell phones. I can't remember. I'm sure we did, but they probably weren't as cool as they are now. But
no, they weren't fun
I just
to
remember
do
like
on.
I was just like, looking around, just bebopping, And I remember I was just started thinking. Like I was in this like deep thought. And that's what kind of made me think. I was like, But I remember I looked at the wallpaper, and like if I didn't look directly at it, I like out of the corner of my eye, it looked like the flowers were like spinning. And I was like, damn, this is animated wallpaper? Oh. Yeah.
No, it takes a minute.
Immediately realized, I was like, oh, okay, that's what's happening.
No, the coolest part is when you get there's like a moment of like a burp where it all kind of like but then it all, and you're like, oh
boy,
buckle in, pal. No, I when I worked in the Keith Cola lab, there was a couple people that I worked with, one specifically that like really like had a strong argument on how great they were, right? Which they use mushroom therapy on a lot of veterans, a lot of people with post-traumatic stress syndrome, and she dealt with like high-level depression and anxiety. So she was like, dude, these things saved my life. I microdose them every day. I'm like, you doing it you're right now? And she's like, yeah, every day. Changed my life for the best. And so I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, I'm stressed. Like, oh, I'll try that, right? So they kind of tell me how to do it. And which in hindsight, knowing what I know now, being on the lab side of things, I'm like, obviously I was dumb. But I would weigh out, I forget, it was like 0.2 grams per microdose, somewhere along those lines. But the potency on a cap and the potency on a stem, like there's no way, if you're not grinding it all up
together.
Yeah, I didn't do that at all. I just would grab pieces and then weigh them and then so some days it was
better than others.
Well, some days I didn't feel it at all.
Yeah.
But I was like, if I take any more, and then some days was just a little too much to, functionally be the operation manager for a whole thing and have people needing me to be on point all day. Like it was there. I think I tried it for a week and I was like, yeah, no,
so
it's crazy.
I think that it's one of the best things in the world. There is a guy, I'm not going to say names just because I'm sure he wouldn't care, but he is a mushy guy. Not just like the magic ones either. Like, I mean, he's into like lion's mane, cordyceps,
right.
All that shit.
Chicken of the woods.
And he's into it, and he knows a lot about it. I can't think of what they call it. So what's that called? It's like It's like not. It doesn't have anything to do with fungi, but it's like there's like a name for it.
He's a fun guy.
He's a fun guy. But yeah, no, really cool dude. Long dreadlocks. Used to be in the cannabis industry. Had a company that meshed the two together, like not magic ones, but lion's mane, cordyceps, and THC.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we worked when we were at our last job before this. He was one of our customers.
Right. The gummies were good. Like
Okay, you know what I'm talking about.
he'd
Okay.
always give us gummies. They
So
were cool.
he made up a big bag for me of just non-THC, non-happy stuff, just lion's mane, cordyceps, and a couple of mushrooms. And he was like, take these for a month and see if you can notice the difference. And it was cool. It was really cool. But he did a separate batch that was no THC, lion's mane, cordyceps, and a little bit of pixie dust.
Right.
And very low amounts. Dude, one of the most noticeable changes of my life ever. Like, never, ever, ever any type of euphoria or, like, trip at all. Not a drop. But, crazy enough, I did, like, you had all of your facilities. Like, I didn't feel inebriated in any way, shape, or form. I could think through any situation. I wasn't awkward talking to people at all.
Probably had a good attitude.
I had a great attitude.
Right.
But here's what's crazy. The only thing that you would notice a little bit is that colors were just a little bit more vivid.
A little brighter.
Like, just a little more
Right,
vivid.
Right.
But he was really smart on it, and he was like, check it out. He was like, you don't want to microdose every single day for an extended amount of time. He was like, you want to go, I think it was 1 week on and then 3 weeks off, or
Why?
2 or 3 weeks on and 1 week off, maybe. I can't remember. I don't remember his explanation, but there was a reason for it. But he only made me enough for like a week or two, and it was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
See, I'd be down to try something like that where it's locked in.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
Lab
having
tested,
something.
we know. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's because I've had experiences where, like, get sick, like extremely sick. I mean, you're dealing with. I mean, these things aren't going to pass a state full compliance test. No. You're dealing with mold.
Damn sure not passing a mold test. Yeah.
No. I mean, that's kind of what gets you there.
So I obviously, once again, can't say names on this, but did you know that you can go online? And so let me preface this by saying I don't think that people should abuse this at all. But I think it's amazing.
I'm so intrigued.
The mushrooms and other psychedelics things that veterans have been severely undercared for pretty much forever in this country. Now, granted, they're probably treated better than most countries treat their veterans, but still, like, we could do a whole lot better. Like, I think there's almost never a reason we should see a homeless veteran, like, period. Especially like an actual war veteran, someone that was deployed and fought for our country. It bothers me to see them homeless. Now, I understand completely that, some people just, no matter how much you help them, they just can't do right. I get that.
Well, and a lot of people won't ask for help.
But most of the time, it's mental health. And, man, if you sign up to die for our country, you ought not have to worry about the doctor and mental health for the rest of your life. In my opinion, you shouldn't have to.
No, I still have...
I'm not necessarily saying I'm for, free for everybody, but it should damn sure our veterans should be taken care of, right?
I think mine's like TRICARE, I want to say. Like, I still get letters in the mail. Like, I get a handful of things covered if I want to use them. It's cool because you do hear a lot of the negative side on veterans, but... my problem is I don't use hardly any of my benefits,
right.
But I have like an OK.gov
login portal and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean,
we're spoiled here because man, our company gives us we have incredible benefits.
No, I mean, I just haven't there's probably a world where I could actually use them more than I do because I don't ever use them, but. I do have lifelong benefits that are available.
But it's only a percentage for you, right? Or is it like full benefits?
No,
you went to war, but you were only in for what, 4 years?
Yeah, roughly. It was like active 4 years, 2 years inactive. But I have on the medical side, I've got, depending on what it is, but I've got coverage forever.
Oh,
I
okay.
do have.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's
I've got.
awesome.
It's obvious, there's certain things that it's not going to cover, and it doesn't cover dental, I think, in a lot of ways.
I literally
but
just said that, and then I got surprised that you did for whatever reason. I'm like, bro, what do you like? I guess in my brain for just a second, I tried to be like, oh, well, you only served for 4 years. What the hell? I just like
it's because you know how much of a piece of shit I am. It's
Right?
easier. It's easier to.
Oh,
when
sure,
you're
yeah, he
calling
wasn't a
veterans-
real soldier. Like, yeah, he went to war, but no. But no, dude. So they have this. You can go online and get ketamine therapy. Have you seen that?
So I don't really. It's getting a lot more popular, and there's actual like doctors now in different states that are doing this. I don't understand what it is. The only thing I know is you hear the term like K-hole.
Yeah.
And I'm cool on that. Like that terrifies
Well,
me.
it's just a psychedelic, right? Like it's so I think it was created as a tranquilizer. I think it's the whole reason we know the word horse tranquilizer. I think, but I may be wrong on that part. I'll have to Google it.
No, I know nothing about it.
So, but and obviously I'm not going to say the names, but I know a person currently, like we both know this person, and they were telling me that
we know a K-pin? Kingpin?
What?
K-pin?
But yeah, they were telling me that they went online and did the whole doctor thing because they have anxiety or something.
Oh, it's like a telemed?
Yeah.
Gotcha,
And
gotcha.
they send you, you pay the money and they send you.
They mail it to you?
Yes.
What?
Absolutely. Ketamine therapy, and it's legal.
The link is
under
in the
prescription of a doctor. But so blows my mind, right? Like just blows my mind. So they give it to you in like, and maybe there's multiple ways, I don't know, but this particular person, they give lozenges. And so it's a lozenge and you put it in your mouth.
like a sucker.
Well, yeah, like a big piece of hard candy.
Okay.
And you put it in your mouth, like in the they make you hold it in your side of your mouth for X amount of minutes and it dissolves. But yeah, they were telling me that it's like a full on because I was thinking, oh, if it's administered by a doctor, it's probably not going to be like a very high dose. And he was like, no. I mean, he or she was like, no. I was like, what? Yeah. That's wild.
Nobody can explain exactly what it is, though. Like,
I mean,
because you can explain mushrooms to a point.
it's like
right?
a very heavy-headed psychedelic is the way it's been explained to me. I've never taken it.
See, I've heard it's like a sedative with psychedelic elements to it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what I mean. Heavy meaning like.
Well, and I hate sedatives. Like I hate shit that's gonna put me down. It's weird. I don't like them. I feel even like fucking Benadryl. Like I'll take 2 Benadryls at night and I'll wake up feeling like hungover. Like I hate them.
Do pain pills and stuff do that to you?
No, pain pills like speed me up. Like if I have some kind of like a surgery or something where I get a pain pill prescription.
Right.
If I take them like after 7 o'clock, I'll be up all fucking night. Like
That's wild.
Yeah.
So they give me that like for the first like 30 to 45 minutes, but then it's like.
No, I wish.
Like I get a jolt of energy at the beginning, but then it's like soon after it's like I'm out.
No, dude. Whenever I had my knee surgery, I think that was like the first time that I really like had a prescription of pain pills, more than like a few. Mm-hmm. And like I'll never forget, dude. I was stuck on a couch for like a week. Like I wasn't really allowed to move around.
Just geetered.
Just wanting things, like trying to Jedi shit to me, like just straight up, dude.
Is that South Park?
I don't know. You put that on.
I think that's South Park. Jesse Bean used to do that all the time.
No, I do that to my kids, bro. They know what it means. Like
yeah, bring me that.
It means I'm gonna do this shit until somebody makes something happen.
I love it.
And it's always Braden. Bean is
She's
always
like-
the one.
she's
She's like,
"God, Dad, damn."
yeah.
That's so
Dumbass.
funny. But yeah, no. So if you ever are a veteran or I guess you don't have to be a veteran, but a person that thinks you have severe anxiety, you can just go online and see a ketamine doctor. It's a wild world we're living in.
Man, I want to do one of those sensory deprivation tanks.
I'm scared of it,
dude. I heard
I would do it, but I'm scared of it.
there's places you go to like actually do them, and it's like you're like suspended in like salt water. Like you're in like a floaty like cube or like egg, I guess. And I was listening to this dude talk about doing it, and he goes to and there's like several little individual float tanks that you can do them in. and it's supposed to be like, you know, like kind of psychedelic, like super, like it's like you're supposed to like meditate. It's supposed to make you really like, you know, introspective, I guess.
Well, it's totally so. Like the idea is that you're totally. It takes you from every sense you have. Like there's zero light, there's zero sound, and then you're in a salt water. I think it's salt water.
Yeah, salt water.
So you're floating.
Uh-huh.
So you basically like lose the sensation of touch as well. Like you don't feel anything. It's just like you're in a void is like the goal. But apparently, like people like go nuts because it's like you can't handle like you think like, oh, I could deal with some peace and quiet, but it's not. It's more than just peace and quiet. It's zero sound and zero sight.
I mean, I'm super down to try it.
I would try it,
but after
of it.
hearing this story in which I'm like, dude, there's a world where I'm this scumbag. But this dude, this podcast I'm listening to, he's talking about the first time he ever does it. Like him and his team are offered to come, you know, do these sensory deprivation tanks for free. And so they all go into different tanks. And when they all get out, my guy's like, he's like, what you guys doing there? And they're, you know, like just meditated, thought about, life.
No.
Dude, my guy rubbed one out in this sensory
you were gonna say
deprivation tank. Straight popped one off in there, thinking like that was like, thinking that everybody else might have done it too. He's like, I was in there and got horny. Like I got went in there and was thinking.
I'm sure they have a camera in there.
There's no way they have a camera in there.
I feel like they have cameras in them.
Well, we know that there's the possibility of a bunch of babies in there. Like now, I couldn't even go in one without. Like, when's the last time y'all cleaned these out?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not coming into this right after
I need
somebody,
fresh
right?
water
I need
every
some
time,
fresh
yeah.
salt. Like, please.
Like I tell you what, we'll go, but we're going at 8 o'clock.
Do
in the
y'all
morning.
scrub the top? Like, it's, yeah. I'm just saying, I want to do it, but now that's forever. Like, I'm like, that seems like a great place to do it. Like, if you had one, I mean, yeah, there might be, you know.
You don't know how weird my
time.
brain is. You know how weird my brain is, bro. I can't think about the sensory deprivation tanks without thinking of sarcopods.
I don't know what that means.
The sarcopod?
Yeah, what's that?
Google it.
Yeah, tell me. We're on the show.
It's
the millions and millions of Berniacs out there want to know.
Millions and millions. It's a euthanasia chamber.
Oh, where you?
Well, now this can't go on YouTube.
When you unalive yourself? My bad.
Jesus.
I've been watching all these prison videos. They're like, they all say unalive.
Zoe, will you please bleep that so we don't get,
You might have to go back.
You might have to go back and do some.
yeah, unalive.
There's that. I've been bleeped. Anyways,
we need a list of those words that you have to say goofy.
Well, I only know of, you got a SA, and then you got grapes, and then you got unalive. And I think that's the three big ones. Oh, I'm sure there's,
I bet we can find
I'm
a couple.
sure there's some guys.
I bet we can find
I'm
a
sure
couple
there's
more.
some racial slurs that you probably can't say too, but, well, I think. What's a
Spoons?
spoon?
Can't say knives.
Really?
You just said.
Well, her voice isn't going to be on there. It's only in our ears.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She would have to.
Then we sound like a couple 1-2 fools talking back and forth with her.
Right. Exactly.
The audience is like, man.
You can't say canaiva. Canavia. You have to say spoon?
You can say spork.
You can't say that word, really?
It makes sense.
My producer just informed me that you're not allowed to say what this is. Allegedly.
Remember when they changed the
That's weird.
the bang bang emoji to the water
bruh.
thing? The water bang?
So stupid.
Now I'm scared to say words, bro.
I think you can say.
Talking about popping one off in sensory tanks, but we can't talk about water things.
Say it.
Ah, shit.
No, so it's a euthanasia device for humans.
It's in Hawaii, right?
No,
I feel like I
Switzerland.
read an article about a Hawaii one.
No, it's fully illegal in the United States.
It shouldn't be. I mean, here's the thing. I would never do it.
Struggle with it, right?
But here's the thing, dude. I feel like this whole, it's yours. And you get to do what you want with it as long as you're not.
There are states, I guess, that allow that. But you have to have maybe
terminal.
Well, yeah, but I'm fairly sure that there are states that allow it. I may be wrong, but I watched a documentary on it, and these people seemed very American. So I think. If I'm a betting man, I'm going to say one of 3 states probably. I'm going to say California, Colorado. I mean, not Colorado, but California, Oregon, or Washington State's probably one of the 3 if I had to bet.
That makes sense, yeah.
But yeah. But so, you have to have, I remember this from there, you have to have a terminal disease, like diagnosis, and I think maybe even multiple doctors agreeing that this is a terminal condition. You have to have like a certain, things that happen. And I know the big thing with all of these, including even in Switzerland, someone can't administer whatever dose it is.
You have to hit the button.
You have to hit the button, you have to take the pill, like nothing can be administered for you. You have to do it yourself. And like you have to have waivers signed, like so your family can't try to sue the company. But apparently, really recently, actually, I think within the last year, there was an issue with a sarcopod issue where someone got sued after, and they were able to at least make some splashes with it. I don't know if that actually happened and they had to pay, but it was it's a bad deal.
Did it not work?
No. The family
That'd be crazy.
sued. The family sued.
Ooh, that'd be if you hit and then you were like.
Never mind. Yeah, no. So it's actually supposed to be I will say, after looking at all of it, apparently the sarcopod is super, super, super peaceful. It's 100% guaranteed pain free. So you're in this it's a crazy looking device. It's like the water slides where you get in the thing and close it and then hit the button and the floor drops out.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but not straight up and down, more of a 45-degree angle, and then a base. It's weird looking. But so it's like a capsule, legit. You close the door, and then you hit the buttons, 2 buttons, I think, and it fills it slowly replaces the oxygen with nitrogen until it gets to 100% nitrogen. And so you just fall asleep and don't wake up.
Nitrogen is laughing gas, right?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm positive that's the thing. I can't remember if it's nitrogen or something else.
So you're wicked happy?
Well, so it's just so apparently it slowly makes you sleepy because you're losing the oxygen, but you don't feel like you're suffocating because it happens slowly. It doesn't just immediately replace it with nitrogen, because I feel like that would make you feel like you can't get air, but it happens real slow, so you just kind of get sleepy, and then when you fall asleep, you stay in 100% that gas. So your heart just stops because it doesn't have oxygen. But you're asleep and you've already lost consciousness. It's apparently super, super pain-free. My thing is, it's but are you sure? Because you can't ask them.
No, you're not. Here's the thing. I'll take my chances. I'll take my chances until this.
Yeah,
whole
the way
life
I feel like the way we have right now is pretty good. We have a kind of an unspoken thing in hospitals. They just kind of continuously push morphine until you slip on over.
Well, and that's
that's a pretty okay
one.
method.
My wife is pretty severely allergic to morphine.
Well, they would give her Dilaudid.
But that's the thing. If she gets it, God forbid,
Sure.
something happens and she gets transported to the hospital, and she's not responsive, that's that's a go-to in a situation.
Yeah. And
I'm like, dude, you need a bracelet.
It's crazy because what's crazy is now in ambulances, fentanyl is more of the go-to. Tiny, who was on the show?
Yeah.
Bro, when they come and picked his big ass up from the church event when he fell, they gave him fentanyl. They literally, I remember in my brain, I was like, that's crazy. Because he was in pain. And they got him up there and he was like, I was like, are you out of pain? He was like, yeah. He was like, it's already getting better. And the guy, I looked at the guy and he was like, yeah, I've already given him a full unit of fentanyl. And I was like, damn.
Isn't that a weapon of mass destruction now?
I mean, before it was a weapon of mass destruction, it was a pretty, it's the strong painkiller in hospitals.
No, I see.
Yeah, I think it's probably a very tiny amount that they have to give. I don't know the math, brother.
No, I know the old rump rain was making headlines about.
I feel like we can say Trump. I feel like
Dude, I don't know what I can
like
say
YouTube
now. I feel like I'm lost.
Don't you hate that? Don't you hate it?
No, he announced something and maybe that's the loophole to make cartels technical terrorists.
I mean, that's kind of the loophole he used for Maduro.
Yeah, I know they were calling fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction. So I'm they're trying to put it under that. I mean, dude,
it is. Think of how many people we know,
right?
that have died.
What I was about to say,
because Their heroin was not actually heroin.
Well, and a lot of those people were,
They're heroin.
like decades long users and abusers, but they were functional, at least to a point.
So many.
And then this stuff hits the market, and I mean, they start falling like flies.
Because it's stronger. And here's the other thing. So many people, it like croak. I shouldn't say that. That was very insensitive. Sorry. So like, we have a friend whose sister passed due to it. Okay.
I was there at that one.
Right. So that one and several others that I know were specifically because they got clean for X amount of time, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then fell off the wagon. But most addicts don't think, oh, I've had a 3-week break.
Right.
I can't do the dose that I was doing 3 weeks ago. My body is not used to that. That's what happened to her. Because the same stuff, allegedly, that she was doing that,
Right.
caused it, is the same thing that she was doing before. It's just you took a 3-week freaking, sobriety break, and your body is not quite ready for that amount of fafoof. It's crazy, man.
I've never dabbled in those playing fields, and I'm the gentleman that you mentioned, but you didn't mention a little bit ago with the weed technology. Years ago,
The mushies?
No, the other one that we weren't going to talk about. We're going to name this episode, everybody who we did not mention, but your boy James.
Yeah.
But no, he gave me, and this is when you guys were both still in the car business.
Yeah.
He gave me something, and I don't know what it was. It could be completely not what I think it is, but in my head, it's forever burned. He basically said it was liquid oxy, and
Damn.
he gave it was like a red juice that it was like a little tiny bit,
I think.
and he was like, "Here, drink this." And I was like, "What is it?" And he's like, said it was like liquid oxy. I'm like, I don't really do that. Like, he's like, it's like, like a strong Lortab. I was like, okay. And I remember drinking it
back in the days when we were like,
yeah,
okay,
fuck
sure,
it.
yeah, let's do it.
Pre-kids.
Yeah,
and,
right. Yeah.
I drank it, and within, less than 5 minutes, like it was probably not even like a couple minutes, I was throwing up. Like it hit me.
I know.
Yeah, you were driving. Yeah.
Dog, that wasn't. You're mixing two stories together.
No, I know. I drank a red thing, and then I immediately got sick. And I know it came from him.
In my apartment?
On the way to your apartment. We were leaving Brookside Auto. I drank it in the
I think
parking
you're
lot of
mixing
Brookside.
two stories because we went to Tulsa
It made me
Hills
sick.
and grabbed a liquid, and we both took it. And then you started getting sick in the car. You didn't throw up in the car. We made it back to my apartment. You ran in for the bathroom, and I was going in like, I guess I was just following you to laugh at you, but you went to go throw up in the toilet, and the seat was down, and it just splattered it everywhere. You don't remember that?
Well, here's the thing.
That was the Doan.
We could probably sit here for an hour and talk about different stories of me and you throwing up.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's happened a
Dude,
lot.
You're
but in
one
this
of the
specific,
quickest people to throw up in the world.
No, it was something
back in the day.
If my stomach will immediately reject something if it's not what it is. Yeah, but in that moment, I was like, I'll never do Oxycontins. I'll never do heroin. I'll never do any of that because if that's what it like, obviously my body ain't about it. So give me marijuana. I'll take that.
No, but you remember we were gonna watch I feel like we were going to. I feel like it was a fight night or something, and me and you were gonna go watch it, and like we were gonna go buy a couple of those things that we used to like and go watch the fights, and they didn't come through, but someone hit us up like after and was like, "Hey, I do got this," and we're like, "All right," and so we went and met him at Tulsa Hills, and I can't remember what place, but we met at Tulsa Hills. We got it. I want to say it was in the Target parking lot. And then we got it, and then we, like, before we had even left the parking lot, we both drank it. And it was that, that Doan. It was a little liquid. And then we both drank it, and, like, immediately, it kicks in pretty quick. And we were both like, damn, that was strong. And we made it, like, to the 71st Street Bridge, and you were like, "Oh, something ain't right, brother."
Getting green.
Yeah, and I was like, "Bro, please don't throw up him. Please don't throw up in the car." And you were like, "Well, then you better drive. You better hurry." And I was like, "You need me to pull over? You need to pull over?" And you're like, "Just go." And you were like, you were there, and we made it to my apartment because luckily we were not far. You know, that's when I lived right there on Riverside. Remember when I lived in the ones that Jordan managed? And dude, we went in. We both ran in. You ahead of me, and you ran to the bathroom, and like I went in behind you. And dog, you literally made it to the toilet, leaned over to heave, but you didn't. You know, there was no other time, and the toilet lid was down, like both of them. So it just hit the top of the toilet seat and just splattered everywhere.
Like a child.
It was just red. Just red throw up all over the shower curtain and everything. I think it got on my pants too. It was a bad deal. I can't believe you don't remember that. Well, you were pretty tore up. Actually.
I was gonna say,
Darren was there. Darren showed up right after, and he was like, "What the hell's wrong with y'all?" And he gave us shit the whole night.
Rest in peace, Darren.
Yeah,
the guy, savage.
Remember, I feel like he came and messed you on the couch because that's not really something that Darren does. But I remember, like in that moment, it was just so funny to him because we were just the goofy white kids that did stupid stuff.
It took a second, but he warmed up to me.
Right. Yeah. Well, he's not the kind of like mess with people who are passed out. Like it's just not. He was 50-something years old. So I feel like he kind of messed with you, like tickled your nose or something. Like
way too old to be hanging out with us, but
right.
we accepted him. And,
he was one of us. Man, he cooked some bomb ass food.
No, dude, we had. I mean, I remember you drank like a gallon of milk. And
that was that challenge thing.
That was at like my old apartment, but there was like 5 or 6 of us there.
That was painful.
And I remember you drank it all. I remember that. You got it. But then you start throwing up.
I couldn't hold it down.
I start throwing up. We had like you were throwing up in the dining room.
You didn't finish your gallon.
No, Lord no.
Yeah,
and,
I did. Screwed me.
But we had like every sink in that house, every toilet, and every trash can, somebody was throwing up.
Yeah.
In. Like it was like a symphony.
Well, remember Jesse stopped and got a half gallon of chocolate milk, and we're like, "You're an idiot. You're gonna regret that." And he did the whole thing of chocolate milk, and I think he was fine actually, but I think he threw up like later on. I think he made it down without a problem. But yeah, it was. Oh, what a stupid challenge that was. Why were we were 18, 19, 20, somewhere in that ballpark.
That used to be, the dumb shit that you would do.
The ice bucket challenge, gallon of milk challenge.
That was more
cinnamon
recent.
Challenge, crackers,
ALS or whatever. No, bro, do you remember the Big Red challenge? The Big Red challenge. The gum? Yes, you do. Come on, bro.
I remember Big Red gum. Yeah.
You would take the foil wrapper from Big Red and then you would lick it and then stick it on your forehead.
Yes.
And then just leave it on there until it seared a rectangle in your forehead.
I don't remember it being a challenge, but I remember people used to do that.
It hurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it would.
It's like the salt and the ice. Like you put salt on your skin, then you set a piece of ice on it until it melts and it burns you.
Oh, I never did that.
Mm-hmm, it hurts.
That
hurts real bad.
I mean, here's the thing, dude. Kids aren't like, it's good. Like it's a good thing. And I have like kids that are like starting to get into that like late teenage stage, into early adulthood. But the kids aren't drinking as much as they were like when we were coming up, and like our parents were coming up, and their parents were coming up.
Well, it's because they have lots of drugs to pick from now too.
Right. Well, it's just not as popular though. Like even adults are drinking less now than
think of us.
Yeah, we don't drink at all. Like it's I got invited out to go like to like a get together type thing, and I was almost gonna go, and then I was kind of like, well, everybody's drinking, and I don't really drink, but I'm probably gonna have a drink. But I don't even really feel like getting like buzzed. Like, and I know I'm gonna be a mixed drink in, and I'm gonna be, and
bro. To me, it's just an unnecessary expense now.
Well, it doesn't even like. I'm not looking forward to the feeling.
Right.
Like we used to like. We're getting there
to get there. Yeah.
Dude,
every once in a while I catch a wild hair, like, and I think it's more than anything, I think it's just like the nostalgia of going out with friends and having a good time.
Straight up, yeah.
But like sometimes, like Samantha's sister, she's still fairly young, like 20, mid 20s. So like she'll want to go out for her birthday, or like a friend or a family member or somebody will be going out and do something. And my idea of like that now is I want it to be a nice night. I want to go downtown Tulsa. I want to ride some Lime scooters. And I want to have a couple drinks, like a max for me, a max amount of like 4 or 5 mixed drinks in a night. I don't get drunk, but I'm loose. No, I don't have any pain in my ankles and knees, and just like watch people, like be the creepy old guy at the bar that when we were like in our, just turned 21, we would always go out the bar and you'd always see those creepy old people and like, man, what a pervert.
Well, in a lot of times, because
just minus the pervert,
being the sober person in those situations, it honestly does kind of suck because everybody around has this like this higher sense of confidence, and from like the sober perspective, like y'all are a bunch of fools, like y'all are crazy.
Plus, I just don't want to have to like. I remember
I don't want to babysit nobody.
When we were young, bro. It was like, we were like, oh, we're going to get in a fight? Hell yeah. I don't want to have to fight somebody, especially not some freaking young buck that's got something to prove.
Right.
I will, but I don't want to.
No, I don't want to.
I actively avoid situations like that now.
Well, because there was a point in time where
we actively got in the middle of it.
We were looking to have a problem. And we went, which this was a couple years ago, but I forget what the situation was, but I was like by the Max Retro Pub, like behind Woody's or whatever the fuck they call it now. But you know how you can like walk through the back and then it takes you to like the back of another club kind of deal?
Oh, you're talking about, well, it's been a few names.
Like Electric Pony or some shit?
Yeah, now it's called the Unicorn Club, and it used to be called Electric Circus. Electric Circus, and then it was connected to another one, but now it's called Unicorn Club and something else, like a 3-letter name, I think.
And when this is such like a non-story random thing, but I remember walking through, and I just kept seeing like dude after dude, like just wild-eyed and going through looking for a problem and
waiting on somebody to bump into him so they could talk shit.
Well, and if we're out, odds are we're with our women,
right? And
so I mean, if some shit pops off, like and they're involved, we're involved,
right? And
yeah, dude, it's just,
that's why I'd rather not go.
it puts you in a position of like, well, and we have a lot to lose, like,
right?
There's
ass whoopings hurt a lot more now too. Might I throw that in there?
Straight up. Well, and
I assume, I don't know. I haven't had my ass whipped since I've been old, but I can tell you this: I know when when I hurt myself, it sure takes a lot longer to bounce back.
No, we're not. Yeah, dude, we're not young, and but don't get it mistaken, bro. Like,
oh no, you can still catch these hands,
but well, like my boy, he's getting a little older, and he's doing jiu-jitsu, he's doing wrestling, and he like
gotta test his nuts.
Well, he actively like beats grown-ups. Like he's so he
that's a problem.
He's been getting this big head on him, and I had to I
was gonna say you're gonna have to turn the dial up to 8.
I had to remind
once.
him.
Yeah,
he was getting a little too comfortable walking by and punching me, and I was like, okay, buddy. I'm like, we doing this? I'm like, how about this? Let's see how many times I can make you quit in 3 minutes. And he's like, what? You don't train. I'm like, you're right, I don't.
You're right, I don't train.
I'm doing grown man shit. I pay bills. And yeah. We got him, I think, 4 times in 3 minutes.
That's awesome.
And it was, got him in 3 different submissions. Like here, I'm not by any means a jiu-jitsu, badass by any means.
But I watched a lot of fights.
Well, I've practiced it for
sure.
I mean, all the time together, I would say not more than 6 months, but I know enough, and then on top of that, just life experience and
and you also have that. I'm lucky. I don't have I don't have any boys, right? So. Thank God. As bad as I wanted a boy, I feel like it was God's way of looking out for me. Like,
that boy would have grew up and beat the shit out of you.
Listen here, dog. No, the problem is the same thing with you. Like, you can't let your son ever get that on you. Like,
no, I told him I'd stab him before I let him win.
Not right.
Like,
well, not at least, especially not in that young buck era, right? Like maybe when they're in their 30s, and you wrestle around, and then he can beat you. But even then, that's still pretty rough, right? But you damn sure can't let him go when he's rearing age.
Bro, I whipped
can't.
my dad when I was like 18 or 19.
Oof. I'm
It
calling
was
Ron. I'm like, is he lying, Ron? Did he do it?
so my dad's generation, like they're so good with their fucking hands.
Yes.
Like he literally my whole life, there's like in boxing, there's nothing I could do to him. Like he would just play with me, and I'd be getting smacked from every direction I didn't see coming, and he was really good at like feinting and getting me to react, and then pop. And but then like when I like after I had done jiu-jitsu for a little bit, had wrestled and like actually like had some experience like you know with other dudes and adults.
Yep.
I realized
glad to know you've had experience with dudes.
yeah, all you know, just a little bit enough
Clip
to,
it, Zoe.
enough to get me by. But he never wrestled.
Yeah.
Like his generation.
Oh,
was,
your dad never wrestled? He was a wrestler?
didn't know a thing about wrestling,
Dude, the
Bro,
skill differences.
Well, you could, if you know a little bit when it comes to grappling,
Goes a long way.
compared to somebody who knows nothing,
Yeah.
they're all the way fucked.
Yeah.
Like they have to knock you out. Like it is, or you just win. And so yeah, dude, I literally I gave him like a good 30 seconds standing up, and then he caught me once, and I went for a single leg, drug him down, and then took his neck, took his back, and he put my hooks in, and then
What do you say?
it,
Could you tell his pride was hurt? You ought to be ashamed of yourself for doing that to your poor papa.
I was so proud. But that you know, that little victory, because we never talked about it. It was just one of those, you know, it happened.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, I could kill you. But that my kids will never get that. They will. I'm like, I'll never give that to you.
I'll stab you first.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna bite you.
I'll spend a week in jail before I let you
will
have that.
gouge your eyes out. Yeah, you're not gonna get that. Nope.
You're going to get a nut shot. Cheap shot, don't care.
Well, there's
man,
like
that's so
an
funny.
age you hit, like because like what you were saying, like it's almost like having like a big dog, like a big like you know pit bull or Rottweiler. Well, like when you're raising like a big you know potentially aggressive dog,
Like maybe a mastiff?
yeah, right. I mean, well. It's funny the hierarchy in your house when you do have that, because like we both had bull mastiffs, right? And with my wife, he didn't like he knew I was alpha. Like
Yes.
he was one of the kids. He grew up with the kids. They all kind of grew up together. Like he would listen to my wife, but he also, it was different. Like he knew that, you know, I'm boss. And but there was a couple moments where I had to check that, because as you're raising them, there's a couple moments when they're going through their puberty stages where they'll try to challenge that, and you have to
check it
immediately. Like you can't, because once you roll over or once you show that fear, like it's there.
Well,
Like
if you remember, Odin got real aggressive.
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
went on the road for a while, and you know, Crystal, I don't know if you remember Crystal, the lady from the car lot, she had him for the majority of the time while I was on the road. And she would tell me all the time, she was like, we love having him, but he needs you. Like,
He was a great guard dog.
He's very, very, like, she said he was getting very bad separation anxiety. Because I raised him from a pup, because like they were too young. The mother kind of like rejected the litter.
Yeah,
And we had them way too young. Like they were we were a week away from having to bottle feed them. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
I think we got them at 4 or 5 weeks, which you're supposed to get dogs after 8 weeks, I think.
Well, and they grew up. They spent their first like month or two together,
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
And then, but I was always fortunate to where I had kids with him that were
Yeah.
growing up with him. So he never knew any different than being around me and children. So like he was great with strangers. Like he would turn it up with people, you know, he didn't know. But like with everybody in the family, like he was a part of the family.
Yeah.
Like Odin, at the time, well, you didn't have your girls yet, and you were traveling, and
That's what ultimately got him put down. See, so I made it through one girlfriend. He liked her, liked you. He liked, the few people that I had in my life. Then, you know, when me and that girl weren't a thing, I got with Samantha. He took to Samantha pretty good.
right.
But Skylar came around, and so it was a 2-part thing, right? So he was already getting some hip dysplasia. Like, he was big.
He's a big boy.
Like, he was, dude, 165 when I had him put down.
Yeah, no, he had
165, yeah.
He had a solid 30, 40 pounds on Thor.
I just can't believe how big he got. It just blew my mind, bro. It was like, dude, are you going to stop growing? Like, I mean, like, dude, like you couldn't go buy the 30-pound dog food because that was a week, I mean, or less. He was going through it. Like, he ate. And he wasn't fat. Dude, he still had the, like, very defined, like, belly to chest, like, you know, dip. Just big-ass dog.
When he was
solid. He looked like
pretty color.
He was cut like a pit bull. Yours looked like a bull mastiff. Mine looked like a French mastiff. Like, mine looked straight up like he was full-blood French mastiff. Yours looked basically full-blood bull mastiff, but all of them, it was a crazy mix. So
it was Cane Corso.
It was
bull.
Cane Corso, French, and bull.
Yeah.
I think mom was half Cane Corso, half French, and dad was, or one or the other, and then dad was full French.
We got the 2 best in that whole litter.
I think so, yeah, 100%.
Because we'd seen
there was
some of the
one more
siblings,
that looked really cool that came out looking like Odin, but he got taller and skinny.
Right.
Like, too tall. Like, Odin was pretty tall, but, like, not uncomfortably tall. Like, this one dog got, like, damn near Great Dane tall and a lot scarier. But I think Odin had, if he wasn't the heaviest, he was one of 2 heaviest. Like, he had
a massive head.
Bro, 165 pounds when they took him. I mean, dude.
Crazy.
There were some vets that literally quoted me a higher rate to put him down because of the weight of him. Like, you know, it was like damn near getting rid of a human body. But yeah, so, dude, he just got real aggressive towards Skylar when she started trying to walk. And he'd already had hip dysplasia a little bit. We were starting to notice it because he had some pain when he'd get up.
Right.
And then, I'll admit it, I was kind of a dirtbag. Growing up, we lived in the country. And the rest of the time when we lived in the city, we were, you know, had that country mindset. I didn't grow up, like, doing a whole lot of, like, preventative care for dogs. Like, that just wasn't something we did, right?
Right.
I regret it. I wish I wasn't a piece of shit. I wish I knew better, but I didn't, you know?
Well, it's different generations.
And I had heard, like, yeah, exactly. And I had heard, like, when I took him to the vet a few times, they were like, oh, you need to do a heartworm preventative. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. And, you know, no big deal. And I didn't know. So I took him to PetSmart, and they did a check, and because they were wanting to put him on heartworm stuff. And I was like, oh, we can do the check. It's fine. And come back, he had heartworms. I was like, oh, shit. And so I was like, well, what do I do? Like, is it easy to cure? And they're like, not really. And they were like, it's $1,500. And I was like, damn. And I was like, okay, well, that's going to save him, I guess. And they were like, and about a 50% chance he makes it. I'm like, well, okay. Hey, listen, brother, we don't just throw $1,500 at a 50-50. And I told the vet at the time, I was like, listen, I need to think about it, figure out what we're going to do. Went back home, talked to Samantha, and she was kind of on the same thing I am. She was like, he's already getting hip dysplasia. You want to spend $1,500 on a 50-50? Well, and I was like, I don't know. I just couldn't make the decision. But then Skylar had just started walking. We were out back in the backyard, and I'll never forget it, bro. Because it was like immediately when it happened, I was like, oh, brother, yeah, that's it. Can't. He freaking charged. He started growling at Skylar, which he had growled at her kind of a time or two.
Right.
But he also just growled sometimes. So I was like, is that an anger growl? Or, you know, I was like, need to judge this. And I tried to make them play a little bit, you know, and yeah, dude, she started walking, and I saw him looking at her, and I was like, I don't like that look. And then sure enough, he started like to charge her, and I was like, oh no. And so yeah, I took him.
And it wouldn't take nothing.
No.
For as big as he is.
165 pounds, dude. Like, I remember he, you know, I'm not going to tell the story because we don't have time, and I don't want to get judged too hard on, but he used to, you know, exert his dominance on me, or try to. And I just talked to my buddy Brent in California, you know, that trains dogs, and all these different people, and they're like, you're going to have to do this, this, this. Well, nothing was working. And so, you know, I had an idea.
You stuck a finger in his ass?
No, let's not. We're not going to go into it. But I had an idea of what to do, and I ran it by my buddy Brent in California. He was like, I don't think you should do that. And I was like, I don't really know what else to do, bro. And I was like, and I told him where my brain was coming from.
Prison rules?
And he was like, I mean, you know, here's the thing, man. I guess, in theory, it could maybe work. And so one night he caught me on a wrong time, and Samantha's whole family was over. And Odin came up to me, and I was in my recliner, and he like put his feet up in my lap, and I thought he just wanted some love, and then he just started like hitting me with a slow hump, and I was like, stop it. And I kicked him off. I was like, quit it. And he was like, and I was like, bro, you're not going to fucking punk me right here. And then he hopped up on me again, started humping me. And like when I would try to get out, he was like growling at me. And I was like, hail to the no. Because I was about 2 4-finger glasses in the crown too.
Right.
So I was already a little loose. And yeah, I did the technique that I had thought. And it damn sure worked. That dude never growled at me, not one time. He didn't even look at me for a couple weeks.
You had to take the top of the mountain back.
I had to take the damn top of the mountain back. Think of what dogs do to to assert dominance, right? I did it to him a lot.
In front of your in-laws.
I sure did. For about a full minute straight until he yelped.
It only took him it took him a whole minute to yelp?
You think of how long. Yes, a whole minute. That's a tough dog, bro.
Did you take your pants off?
No, I left my pants
I
on.
just figured, for optics.
For anybody that's wondering, I did. If you're thinking it, I did. I humped the shit out of that dog. But let me just say this, okay? He humped me a whole lot in front of a lot of people, and it was very embarrassing.
Clip it.
And when I would try to get him off of me, he would growl and even give me a little snippy snap time or two. And I did, dude. I just like kicked him off of me, and I freaking grabbed his ass and, motherfucker, I'm the boss. He'd never fucking growled at me again, bro. Straight up. I'm not saying you should do it, but I'm just saying if it becomes a problem, there is hope.
At the Control Bird, we do not give out legal or compliance advice.
PETA will be contacting this episode, for sure.
It was a different time.
It was 4 years ago. No, just kidding.
Okay, so real quick, I know we're already ate up a bunch of time, but real quick, so High-Res Laboratories.
Gone.
They are gone. Happy Filling. Red
Gone.
Ox.
Gone.
Big Chief.
Gone.
And
Gone.
in a twist, a new twist of events, the Herbage Magazine Award gathering. They're calling it the Herbage Gathering now.
Okay. Like it.
It is going to be January 31st. I think we'll probably have like the address and stuff attached. It will no longer. It's not going to be in Oklahoma City anymore. It's going to be in the Arbuckle Mountains in Davis, Oklahoma. On their website, they break everything down. They're still looking for sponsors. It's supposed to be a all-day event. It's not going to be like an evening show, an award ceremony. Like they want everybody to come, hang out, spend the day together. It's on a Saturday.
But let me tell you something. You put on your
hold on,
website.
Bro. Hold on. Are the
Oklahoma
results
City.
already in? The results already in, right?
What?
Before you piss them off, or I want to make sure they can't go
I'm
out
not pissing them off. I'm just talking shit. I'm just joking. But yeah, no, it was said that it was going to be in Oklahoma City, so we were like, yeah, that's not too far. And then they added a whole hour and a half trip out. I'm like, damn.
It's a 3-hour trip for us, which means it's
we gonna be there.
3-hour trip back.
We ain't gonna be late. I'll tell you that much because I ain't driving back at 2 a.m.
Well, I'm probably gonna stay the night. There's probably not a world where I'm gonna want to drive back because it says it starts at noon and goes until late is the time frame.
Yeah, either hotel or we leave at 10, one of the two.
But here's the thing: it's the 15th, I think, right? The 14th. So
15th, yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of chatter about this. Like we need to get some stuff moving because I'm gonna be real mad if we get there
and it's an air fest.
It's me and you high-fiving about being the #1 podcast in the state. But as we get some more information, we'll update it on here.
Surely it won't be an OK Airfest Volume 2, right? I would think so. They're gonna
them people ain't involved.
Yeah, for sure. They'll
taking over Hawaii first.
Here's the thing: we know it's going to be decent event, right? Like it's Herbage Magazine. A lot of people know about it. I just hope that people show up and it turn it into a cool event. I hope there's a lot of brands there. We'll see.
We're gonna have to
start talking to some brands and see what's going.
I'm saying we need to start because if there's a world where I know it's at it's like Turner Falls and they have the lodge. It's like Deer Creek Lodge something.
We'll probably get a Hampton.
Well, if we've got a lot of friends going, depending on the layout, maybe we can get like a few cabins together.
We don't have a lot of friends, Shane. I got a lot of friends. You don't have a lot of friends.
Here's the thing, bro. They think I'm their friend. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got, dude.
I don't have anything else.
All right, guys. I'm Shane Davis.
Don't hump your pets, and I'm Brandon Fountain.
Or do. And we are the Controlled Burn.
Yes, we are.
We out.